Okay, Josiah, your package arrived today. It's hard to believe we got it here after all of that. But I'm going to go ahead and unbox this, and we will get started at looking at your watch. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's have a look. All right, well, first impressions are, looks quite clean. You had mentioned you wanted your outer ring to change, and I have a new outer ring for you. Turn the ring. Here that is. So it's got all of its paint, and I'm going to go ahead and swap this out if you want to use this one. It's still a decision. It's up to you. Let me move this over so you can see the whole thing. So yeah, so we'll talk about this one. I'm going to relume this. This is ready for reluming as well. So we talked about doing loom on your watch. And so it looks really great. Case is nice. It's unpolished and in good shape. So that's nice. Put that over to the side here. All right. So again, first impressions are great. You have good paint on your GMT hand. Your other hands need to be cleaned a little bit, but I think I can get them to shine again for sure. You've lost considerable loom here on the original loom on the dial, which is fine. We'll go ahead and take the rest of that off and start with the reloom. I have some good Swiss loom here. This is a Bergen kit that I use for relooming, so that'll look great, and it'll look very much like the original. I use the white, so it looks like the one here. So hopefully by the end we'll see a very similar look between these two. Okay, let's get in and take a look at your movement. So I'm going to take the back off here. Sorry for the noise, I have dogs in the background. Okay, and kids, everybody's here. As you can imagine, we're still under lockdown. Okay, so one of my favorite Seiko movements, the 6117, which is very similar to the 6115. And you have one of the lovely chamfered versions, which has got this shiny edge here and the nice scribe lines, machine lines in the surface. And you can see you've got a 6117B, so that's what these had. And seems to be a runner. Looking pretty good so far. I'm gonna go ahead and put it on the time grapher just to see where we're starting. It's got some power in the movement from being shipped, so we can take a look at that. So this one is from 673, so that's June of 1973. All right, so let's check out the numbers where we just stand right now without doing anything. And I would say we're starting in a good spot. So anytime I see a signal that's clean, and that signal's pretty clean. That tells me that we're not so far off from where we should be. And so you got a lot of beat error, you're gaining time, but again, I just unpacked this, it hasn't been worn. We could probably get a little more power into the movement, but the fact that these lines here are very straight and very much in line with each other means that your components are in good shape. So that looks great so far. We're of course going to do the full service and make sure that everything's running as well as possible. But I'm going to look at all the components as we go. So let's get you back to it. Okay. So you had mentioned in our email correspondence that you wanted to go ahead and redo and make sure that you had all of the jeweling done for the movement, and I think that's well justified, considering that these are always going to be slightly worn in there. Yeah, so that's, I can see already that you've got a lot of motion. You see it there, as you know. If I touch it over here, you can see that screw is right there, is traveling quite a bit. But that's okay. We're going to fix that. We're going to permanently jewel that, and it's going to be perfect in the end. Okay. Good deal. So we're starting at a good spot. This all looks really good. Okay. I'll be back with some updates as I start to disassemble.